Hello and welcome to the News Brief GSN for Saturday, March 14th. Thanks so much for tuning in on this beautiful Saturday. I guess it gets worse tomorrow, or depending on your perspective, very wintry. So that's tomorrow. I'm looking out my window right now and I see the gardening club working on stuff, getting all the garden ready. It's exciting and I'm grateful for their service. So thanks Donna Cornett and her whole team for getting that going. And we will dedicate the garden to Father Jim White very soon. So we're getting all that ready. So spring is upon us, but not quite yet. What is happening? What else is happening in our parish? Well, first of all, as you might recall, every year we have our annual support for our sister community there in El Salvador, El Buen Pastor, and every year we have an annual appeal to help out with the needs of the community, particularly with the scholarships for our young people. That's really one of the main efforts that we've had over the past several years. So please be generous. Eric May will come up and speak at the masses next weekend, the 21st and 22nd. But just a reminder that is coming, and March 15th through the April 15th is kind of the giving time for donation. I think I tried to combine those two words. So that is happening. Also, we are, as you know, we're kind of in the tail end of the listening sessions, the feasibility study for a possible capital campaign. I've talked about it for several weeks now. I have put up a video about that, so I encourage you, if you have not yet watched it, it's about 20 minutes long. I go through all the details. There's also a fact sheet, but some of that might not be so clear of why we are considering these projects, so I did record that video to kind of go through each of those things. Some people have requested a paper copy of the planning survey, so look, here it is. These are sitting on the desk in the narthex. So if you have not yet filled out a survey, I really encourage you to do so. Don't fill out a second one. It's not anonymous. You do need to put your name on it because we're trying to count up all of these tallies. So we want to have good data to provide us the best direction of where we go in the future, whether we do a simple capital campaign or a little bit more elaborate. It depends on what the survey results are, so your voice does matter. On March 25th, Wednesday, March 25th, I am excited about a wonderful thing that we have been talking about for some time. For some time, I have heard concerns in our Hispanic community and about various concerns that they have with immigration and other such things, and challenges in their schools and their community. Sometimes they're battling racism or whatever. And I've also heard of people saying, especially with the things coming out of Minneapolis and other concerns that people have, is like, well, what can I do? How can we support our Hispanic community here? We know that we have a very active Hispanic community. How can we support our brothers and sisters? So that's kind of where this prayer service initiated, but then, there's all the other concerns with lots of concerns about just people fighting with one another and wars and all of those things. So we're having an evening of prayer or peace and unity, a prayer evening on March 25th. That is the celebration of the Annunciation, where we celebrate the incarnation, that God has become our peace, that God has become peace with humanity. And what a beautiful time for us to pray as a community. Please come. I invite everyone to come. That's 7 to 8 p.m. on March 25th. So on that feast of the Annunciation, the Incarnation, a great opportunity for us to pray together. And then we also have the food truck is next week. So please consider being generous. A great way to give alms during this Lenten time. And then we are getting ready. It's spring break this week, so not a whole lot is happening this week, but we are getting ready. Next week, we will begin the penance services. And so our penance service is Monday, March 23rd. Monday, March 23rd is our penance service, but we begin with St. Paul, and then we have here, and then Holy Cross, and all that week. Thursday, and then the following Sunday, there's great opportunities to go to the Sacrament of Reconciliation if you have not yet had the opportunity. We provide a lot of opportunities here, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday in the evenings. Check all these times here. And then Saturday in the afternoon, evening. Lots of times for confession. Father Wilson is still recovering from his surgery. He had gallbladder surgery, was it last week? I think it was last week. And he is recovering. He's on a 3-week recovery time. So I'm expecting him back about Palm Sundays when I'm expecting him back. That is to say that he normally does the confessions on Mondays and Wednesdays during the year, but I'm here now, so we do have it in English and Spanish. So, and all of the churches supposedly have confessions from 6 to 7 during Lent. We've been doing that for many, many years, and so I was planning to be there anyway. So get yourself to confession. Lots of opportunities. Great way to experience the mercy and the reconciliation of God. So I hope that you have a great week. I do have all the masses this week except for the 10 o'clock. Father Mike Hawken will be in for the 10 o'clock. I'm glad to have a little bit of help for this weekend. So he'll do the 10 o'clock mass where we'll also have the second scrutiny. We have a lot of people coming into the church this Easter Vigil. It's so exciting. And so he'll do the scrutiny at the 10 a.m. I'll do the scrutiny at the 12:30. Have a great week, and we will see you next time.